First of all, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be referring to my notes for this section. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. We'll be giving you the details later as well, but for now you might want to take a few notes as I'm chatting. So, when children are arriving and departing by school bus, it's really important, it's imperative that you team really well with the bus driver. Someone should perform a visual walkthrough where they're scanning and counting the number of early learning children that are on the bus before the children are allowed to leave their seats. Each bus driver must have a system for accounting for every child that gets on the bus, and should include knowing the number of children that were picked up on their route. The receiving staff, that would be you, should ask for that number. Then as the children step off of the bus, they scan and count in order to verify the number that was given to them by the driver. And then when all of the children are off the bus, there must be a system in place for visually checking that all of the children are off of the bus, and all staff associated with the program must be able to describe and demonstrate that system, whatever that system is. The system can include early learning staff boarding the bus to check under each seat in each row, or it could be that early learning staff are observing that the bus driver is doing that same thing, moving through the bus and checking under each seat in each row. So, okay, you've accounted for all of the children that were on the bus, and now they're off and on their way into the classroom. So what about the child that usually rides the bus but wasn't one of the riders today? If you've already heard from the family, then your work is done. You know that the child did not get on the bus. If the driver tells you that the parent came out to the bus and told them that the child is sick or had an appointment and wouldn't be getting on the bus to go to school, then you know that the child did not get on the bus. But when you've not received word from the family or the driver, one early learning staff member should immediately call the transportation department to verify that the child was not transported on any of their vehicles. And then the next call will be to the family to check on the status of that child. The child is considered unaccounted for until you've reached the parent and confirmed the absence. So at the end of the day, this process should happen in reverse. The early learning staff member scans and counts and reports the number of children to the driver. And once the children are all seated and buckled, the driver performs a visual walkthrough to count the children and reports that number back to the early learning staff person. And if the correct number is verified, the bus is ready to depart. You can wave goodbye and say, "See you tomorrow." When children are transported to and from the program by parents or guardians, early learning staff are required to communicate with families about the responsibilities for supervising a child at drop-off and pickup times. In addition, responsibilities should be clarified for the time period after the parent or guardian has signed their child out but is still on early learning property.